This is Journey Out of Autism, Part 6, featuring Irie.
Academic skills, I didn't change it. It didn't change yesterday. Academic skills. All right. Academic. She can count up to 100. Identify colors, her shapes. She can name anywhere from 20 to 26 uppercase and lowercase letters. And is trying to write her first name in letters. And she's writing her name in letters on the wall. Am I correct, Mom?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right. Slow down. Okay. Right. Developmentally, she's made some progress. However, she still displays weaknesses in some developmental areas. She's working on being toilet trained and is still a very picky eater. It also takes her some time to respond to directives because she's not focused. She also requires a lot of coaching to perform tasks, especially if it's a task that she does not want to perform. All right. And my son functionally was there and it disappeared, but functionally it's the same thing. It was a big paragraph that evidently did not pack that back in. It was there a few minutes ago. But anyway, functionally, she still struggles with her social skills. Mom, is that correct?
Yeah, she's getting better. She met a friend at the library named Caleb. He is more autistic than she is, but when he's around her, she helps him with things. So if he points to an animal, she'll call out the animal, or she'll make the sound, and he'll touch her for her to do that. So I'm seeing something new with her now with that. Now that she has someone she can socialize with. Right.
Okay. Well, I have a sentence there, but it's not there. But I'm going to put what I had back there, and then it said, what I just explained to you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Concerns of the parent. The mother was asked, and her expectations for Irie is to continue to increase her adaptive and communication skills. Has that changed, Mom?
It's still a concern. Cause like when we talk, she speaks in sentences, but not. It's not all the time. It's broken words like a snack sometimes or stuff like that.
All right. All right. The communication needs of the student. Irie has been receiving speech services and has shown growth. However, she still requires help with her communication needs. So will still continue to receive speech services. Her need for a benchmark for short-term objectives. Her needs will be met with the use of annual goals and short-term objectives, and we will see that when we go over to the goal sections and the plot. Assistive technology devices. Writing. We have a worksheet that we're supposed to complete for as assistive technology. I'm going to see if it will let me pull it up. If not, I'm going to go ahead and read it. Here it is. Okay. Did it come up? No. Did it show?
Yes, ma'am.
You see it? Okay. It didn't show. Okay. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and read it, and then we're going to go through the blocks. All right. It says, no, that's this way. Okay, hold on. Come on, computer. Don't spin. Don't spin. Okay, consideration guide. All right, we'll put the name and stuff in there. We'll fill that out. It says, does the student have IEP goals that require or may require assistive technology solutions in two other instructional areas? Check each relevant area. We have a problem with writing, no, spelling, reading, math. Team, do you think there's a problem with study and organizational skills?
As long as she's got something that encourages her to keep doing it, she will do the work.
That's if she has like problems with that, far as her studying and stuff. We're working with her on that with OT goals as well.
Yeah.
In the early childhood, some of her goals that we have, so we've addressed that, so she doesn't require any other things besides what we are doing in the classroom. As far as listening, how about oral communication, Mrs. Good?
Seems like she's progressing pretty well for that, considering the time frame that she's been taking speech and looking at her now. I remember her when she initially officially started, and I'm seeing a lot of progress. So I think she's on her way to
Yep,
continue.
that's correct. That's right. Activities of daily living, no. Recreation, leisure, adaptive, no. Play, no, because she's starting to interact with her friends. Positioning, seating, mobility, there's no problem there. Computer access, there's no problem there. And environmental controls. And it says, was one or more areas identified? If there was more or one identified, check no. So we're checking no there, so we don't have to go on. It says the worksheet is complete. All right, let me save that. I'm going to upload that one. All right. Get back out of that. All right. And then that sentence there would change. It says, I review the Virginia Assistive Technology Resource Guide and have determined that that she does not have a need in this area, which is available to all students. So that sentence, Mrs. Brown, will change, okay?
Okay.
All right, number 7 is going to change. So I'm highlighting that. All right, number 8, her behaviors. Her behaviors we manage through strategy supports and positive behavior interventions, which has been working so far, and the strategies that we've given you to work with her in the home have been working, and she is making progress. So we're going to keep that there. English is the primary language spoken in the home, and for being blind or visually impaired, the data does not indicate a need at this time. And number 11, in the case of a student who's deaf or hard of hearing, the data does not indicate a need at this time. All right, we're moving on to the next page. Mom, do you have any questions for me on that page?
No.
Okay. Now this is the plot. This is basically what we observed her. She's a 4-year-old female who's been receiving special education services under the category of autism. She is homeschooled and receives services via platform and has been consistently logs on each day. She enjoys watching Baby Shark and playing on the tablet and going to the library. Academically, she can count up to 100, state her first name, write her first name, identify 26 uppercase letters, identify 26 lowercase letters, name shapes, and recite songs.
What's your name?
Very spontaneous.
What's your name?
And seems disengaged.
What's your name?
To be coached to perform a task.
What's your name? What's your name?
Want to do it. She is also inconsistent with responding to questions and following directions. Functionally,
That's right. Your name is Irie.
But is not completely toilet trained. She's now able to pull her plants up and down, and she makes very little eye contact. And when asked a question, she usually just repeats what's being asked or asked of her. She continues to display inappropriate behaviors if she cannot get your attention. All right, I'm gonna let Mrs. Haley do her OT part, and then we're gonna follow up with Mrs. Good for the speech. OT, when you do your part, if you want to go ahead and talk about your services at that time, because I know you have to leave, if you can go ahead and do that.
Yep. So Irie has made significant progress during occupational therapy, including her attention. She is able to sit in that seat for the entire session on most days. Her fine motor skills have increased along with her visual motor, so that eye-hand coordination. She does utilize a 3-draw chuck, which is age appropriate for her when picking up blocks, doing puzzle pieces. She still does use a whole hand grasping pattern, usually on the writing utensil. But she is able to maintain an age appropriate grasping pattern once fixed by her mother during the session. He continues to have no hand dominance at this time, using both at her right and her left. About 50% of trials reported by mom.
Drink your water.
She does continue to require verbal prompting for sustaining attention to the task at hand, especially if she's not interested.
Yeah.
Irie's range of motion, strength, and muscle tone are within functional limits. She has great gross motor skills. She's not yet fastening fasteners, I don't believe. Is she, Mother?
Say it again.
Doing buttons or zippers or anything yet?
Zippers, yes. Not once I connect it, and then she'll do this.
She requires to wash her hands thoroughly. She's not yet using her words consistently to communicate her wants and needs, but that is getting better. At times she will demonstrate those kind of center seeking behaviors.
Good job.
Session when not seated in her chair. That also has gotten better since I've seen her since the start of the year. We can sit in her chair for the entirety of the session. She displays an increase in her abilities in the areas of fine motor, visual motor, and self-help skills. And
Can't have a computer right now.
again, kind of what Ms. Bennett said, she continues to need those prompting for those adult-directed tasks that are not self-directed. And I am going to kind of talk about the services at this time. So I'm going to suggest 15 minutes every week on a consult basis at this time, just because you're not able to get on virtually. And once you're able to get back on virtually, then we'll switch it back to the 30-minute direct services through Zoom. Is that okay with you?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Haley. Next we're going to have Mrs. Good read the speech portion.
Okay. First, I just want to say that I'm very impressed with what I've been hearing. I came in, I evaluated Irie when she first started, and based on what I'm hearing now and seeing, I'm very thrilled with her progress. From what I'm reading from Ms. Hunter's present level of performance, you guys were working indirectly, where she would give you suggestions, Ms. Brown, and you work on those in the home, and then she then report how things went when you guys will readjust any procedures or suggestions that she may have given you. And I understand that works well for Irie.
Yes.
That's good, and she wants to continue that same format of indirect therapy for next year, or for the next IEP rather.
Okay.
Okay. So is it Miss Bennett? Okay, if I go ahead and get my goals now.
Yes, ma'am. You can do your goals, and you can tell how many times you offer services. Yes,
Okay.
that way y'all can leave off.
Okay, all right, we'll do that. Miss Hunter wrote 3 goals for her, looking at different areas of her communication skills. The first one deals with her being able to expand her vocabulary receptively and expressively, to be able to understand more words and to express more words. So just building those vocabulary skills so that she can better communicate using some common phrases or some common vocabulary terms. And she wants her to be able to do that with at least 70% accuracy, and based on 2 verbal prompts of aiding her in expressing those words or understanding those words. The second goal involves her being able to answer WH questions. I read in the plot that sometimes she will answer them and sometimes she'll just repeat the question over. But she wants her to be able to answer those WH questions: who, what, when, and where. Questions about things being asked of her, and to use some grammatically correct sentences answer them. Because I heard you say sometimes she might use some short phrases or things of that sort. A lot of times short phrases, she doesn't supply all the information needed.
Not more potato, you say, Mommy.
She wants to work on that as well. And the last goal deals with her being able to answer yes and no questions. To be able to provide a good answer, instead of answering, it may not be a who, what, just who, what, when, where question. It may be something that just requires a yes and no response, and want her to be able to understand the difference between the yes and no responses and answer appropriately. She is going to continue virtually once a week, 30-minute sessions, and as I said, she's recommending indirect therapy based on the format that you guys have agreed upon, with her giving you suggestions and you carrying those out, and when she comes back, and y'all talk about that.
Yes, ma'am.
You have any questions about any of that?
No, ma'am.
All
Yeah, we're gonna go back over to our part with the behavior part because Mama, you and I talked about doing a behavior goal for her. And one of our goals, make sure okay, behavior. Here we go. Give it indirect instruction, practice, or visual support and verbal prompts. She would transition appropriately from one task and activities across environments with 80% accuracy across 5 consecutive days. So what's happening there is we want her at home with you to be able to transition because I know when we start one thing and notice when we start one project or start on something, it's hard for her to transition to another thing. She tantrums, especially if it's something like far as the songs and stuff that we do online.
Right.
It's hard to get her to stop from that and then go into our doing our story time or either doing like our writing compulsion or either our worksheets part of that. So we're gonna work on her on that so that we can get her have a smooth transition without the behaviors. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
That was one of your concerns, so I addressed that one. And then we're going to have her accept changes in routines or schedule by exhibiting appropriate behaviors, given visual and verbal cues. We're going to have her follow classroom rules or the roles across the board. The directives given, visual and verbal prompts, and it's a time measured by the assessment. And we're going to have her participate in task activities completion with exhibiting appropriate behaviors for 80% of the time is measured by the assessments. Okay. That's basically what she's been doing now. We just gonna continue with her on that to work on that.
Okay.
And that was the fine mode. Let me go back. I had 2 behavior goals. Excuse me, guys. 7. There we go. That was 6, and that's 7. Okay, and then given a non-preferred task or task paired with the use of self-regulation strategies and reward systems. We will begin a task within 1 minute to complete the task with 80% accuracy as measured. It's hard to get, like if you have her in the morning doing one thing, it takes her a minute to begin that task. It's like whenever everyone wants to do it, then she'll decide she wants to participate. So we want her, when we tell her, give her the directive and tell her, so I need you to do this, we need her to start within 1 minute of that.
Yeah.
You're giving her that directive, okay?
Right.
All right. And then we're going to give that, how we're going to observe that is going to be through classroom participation and observation. So we're going to be observing her when we're online to make sure these tasks are being done. And you will also get report cards will be sent to you, the progress reports will be provided at least as often as parents are informed of the progress of children without disabilities. And that's every 4.5 weeks. So you're going to continue to get progress on her every 4.5 weeks on her goals. Okay? So you'll be still getting the paperwork that I sent home with you that you got. And fine motor, that was from Mrs. H. Then she says, give instruction and unstructured activities in the use of sensory strategies. She would improve time on task doing fine motor. Directed activity was verbal, visual, and tactile prompts with 80% accuracy in 3 out of 4 opportunities by 3/17/2023. So that's basically the same. We're piggybacking off each other, but it's the same, and it's going to help you across the board. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you have any questions with those?
No, ma'am.
All right. Did you want to go into more depth with those, Miss Haley? Or you?
I can if you want. It's just the objectives for it. So one of them is just using that age-appropriate grasping pattern with no more than 2 physical prompts, 3 out of 4 trials. So trying to get her to use that more age-appropriate grasp versus the whole hand. Again, she will choose dominant hand either right or left, since she doesn't have one now, using 90% of opportunity, or I'll have to fix that. Right or left hand, 90% of opportunities. And then she was to stay in attention for approximately 15 minutes with no more than 2 verbal prompts. And then she would write her name legibly with 80% legibly with minimal assistance. At this time, she's tracing it, she is writing it, but I want it to get more legible and more accurate.
Alrighty. You have any questions, Mom, for her on that?
No. She when she writes her name, it is, you can see the letters, but they are huge. Yeah.
So we'll keep working on the sizing and all of that.
Yeah.
All right. And for her accommodations, we're not giving her any accommodations or modifications right now because what we do with her seems to be working. so we can continue those strategies and supports that we have already in place for her. Okay? And it says that there's no additional training or equipment needed for the staff to meet her needs. All right, for the state test, Irie is of age to participate in the state testing, and everything else is no because she's not qualifies for the VAP. She's not participating in the VAP. So everything else below that is no. So we have one yes because she is of age to participate in the PALS. Alrighty, so let's go down here and you'll see it on this page. Participation in statewide assessments. You see it says PALS, district assessment, participating, accommodations, no. Okay, so she's going to participate without accommodations because she's making progress and she's able to label and do things. So we're going to see how well she has progressed. All right, least restrictive environment. We have down here transportation needs. She doesn't need it because she's not.
Oh, I think the sound went out.
Yeah, I think you're breaking up. I think she's frozen.
Yeah, I think she is. Yeah.
She's trying to fix it.
Okay.
Do you want to use this? Use mine.
Hold on. Sit down. You drink your sippy cup. You're fixing it.
I don't know if it's gonna let me scroll down with yours though. It's not. Hold on, guys. It's mine's low back. I don't know what happened. It's loaded. It's there. Just guys, I'm so sorry for that. Okay, let's see what it let me share again. Mom, Mrs. Haley has to have another appointment with the commission fee.
Give me that.
I can
Put Daddy back so he can see.
We can hear you, Miss Bennett.
Okay. Mom, Miss
Yes,
Haley, the OT has to leave. Is it okay that she leave the meeting?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Is that Miss Caitlin?
Are you able to stay on if you need to leave as well?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine for right now.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Miss Lumpkin, are you okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Nursing services is no. Personal care service is no. All of that is no there. Okay. Zooming down. Sorry, right there. All right, and we've already talked about some of the services here, but our indirect services for our social skills, 30 minutes, one time weekly, and distance learning, special education, from 3/1/2022 to 3/17/2022. And then if the IEP team for our extended school year services is a worksheet that we're going to complete, and it says the IEP team return. I can let it come up. Let's see this one come up. Alrighty. Alright. We have to complete the extended school year services considerations worksheet. I'm gonna see if it's gonna allow me to stop that one and bring that one up. Alright, let's start sharing. able to see the ESY worksheet?
No.
No. Let's try it one more time. So, okay. Let's see if it'll let me share that now. It's still not letting me pull it over. Okay, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and read it, guys, because it's not allowing me, and for time's sake, I'm gonna go ahead and read it. Alright, what the ESY worksheet says is that it says that the following team may consider the following types of information when determining the need for ESY services. Okay, the IEP team first, it says it must review and respond to each of the following criteria. Regression. Without ESY services, is there a likelihood of substantial regression of critical life skills caused by a school break and a failure to recover those lost skills within a reasonable time following the school break? Do we feel as a team that Irie will regress if she does not receive ESY services as far as speech?
And like you say, it says that if she does lose those skills,
That's right.
will she not be able to regain in the first 6 to 8 weeks?
That's right.
Based on the rate that she has made progress, I believe if she does lose some skills during the summer, then the first 6 to 8 weeks she will regain them because she's making a good rate of progress.
That's right. Okay. So I'm gonna put she's making progress, and the team feels that she will not lose skills necessary for extended ESY services.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Next one is degree of progress without ESY services. Is there a chance or degree or rate of progress toward critical life skills, goals, objectives, and benchmarks will significantly jeopardize the student's receipt of benefits from his or her educational placement during the regular school year? Is that yes or no? I feel that is a no.
No.
Okay. Emerging skills, breakthrough opportunities, critical life skills are a breakthrough point. Without ESY services, the interruption in services and instruction will significantly jeopardize the student's benefits from his or her educational program during the regular school year. I feel that's a no because she's making progress. Mom is doing wonderful with her with the skills and strategies that we have given her. All right. Interfering behaviors, realistic, aggressive, and self-interest behaviors targeted by IEP goals and objectives have prevented the student from receiving benefits from his or her educational program during the regular school year. That is a no. And says the interruption of services addressing these same goals and objectives will significantly jeopardize the student's benefit from his or her educational program during the next school year. That's a no. All right. The nature or severity of the disability without ESY services, the nature and the severity of the student's disability are likely to significantly jeopardize the student's receipt of benefit from his or her educational program during the regular school year. The no is well, but she's making progress. All right, and then special circumstances or other factors without ESY services, special education, no, ESY service, special circumstances will significantly jeopardize the student's receipt of benefits from his or her educational program during the regular school year. And that's a no. All right, the census. All right, here we go. It says the benefits the student has gained during the school year will be significantly jeopardized if the student does not receive ESY services. And then we need to check either yes or no. Either that one, it will or it will not. So as a team, do we feel that it will or will not? From all the no's, I am in agreement that it is will not.
Will not. I agree.
All right, so I'm putting a check there. All right, I'm going out of that and I'm coming back up to this to share our screen again. We're almost there, team. I'm so sorry. All right, so that statement there is saying the IEP team determined that the student does not need ESY services. All right, and then I will type in the note up under that with the statement that goes with that because we complete the worksheet, and I will type that in. All right, her placement is we considered the regular early childhood with her same age peers. 0 to 5 is special services provided in the home of the caregiver, and also separate education classroom. But the check didn't go there, so put the check there. All right, and the explanation. Right, and it says her parents have decided against sending her to school in person due to health concerns and COVID-19 pandemic. She has been participating via virtual platform. So we're going to have her still do home-based, which is special services provided in the home of the caregiver. Okay, Mom, you have any questions about that or any concerns?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right, and now we're down to the prior written notice page. All that information will be filled out once we finish with everything we considered today. Mom, and it comes to the point now where do you give this IEP team permission to implement this IEP as it is written?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, team, let it be known that Mom gave verbal consent, but she still needs.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to our channel for more videos. Also, comment below with any questions you may have. Peace.